I'm the Caddyshack Kid here in my man cave. The Caddyshack is just the other side of this wall here. I'm here to show you this week's Ace McShankski cartoon panel where we talk about how to cure a case of the shanks using a beer. Now this is the third panel that I have posted. There's two earlier panels, number 1 and 2. I number them all. In the first two panels they were a little risque because there were some double entendres. This one is not risque at all. There's just, we talk about beer. Now if you saw the first two panels, you know I like to talk about my little clock here. It's always 5 o'clock here in the man cave, like it should be. The second hand goes backwards, it confuses the hour and the minute hand, they don't know what to do, so they just froze at 5. So we got 5 o'clock in the man cave at all times. I also like to talk about my little fish here. This fish talks. He had some lines in the first two cartoon panels, and the fish has some lines right at the end of the panels today. Now, as far as the man cave goes here, this is a working man's man cave. I had way too many medical problems in my life to amass a fortune. I'm not even supposed to be alive, but anyway, I'm an old fart. I live in a residential care facility for the elderly. This is my last shot. I'm going to present these cartoon panels for all mankind to enjoy. My man cave, I have a big screen TV the other side of the camera. My workshop's over here. I got a bunch of tools. Big garage door going out here. This used to be, you know, a utility room where they drive their equipment in here, but I use it for my man cave now. I don't have a camera crew, so all you're seeing is just me and the wall here of my man cave. This week's panel was inspired by the movie called Tin Cup. Tin Cup starred Kevin Costner, Cheech Marin, Rene Russo, and Don Johnson. It was a golf movie. And in this movie, they had an episode on a driving range where Kevin Costner, who was the big pro, experienced what I call a case of the shanks. They just kept saying, "Oh, I got the shanks, I got the shanks." He's on a driving range and he's hitting balls, and they're going down the line and they're actually hitting other pros on the driving range. Well, this was a big exaggeration. There's no pro going to get a case of the shanks on a driving range. The shanks are a phenomenon that, you know, hits you early in your career of golf. You'll get to the point where you don't get the shanks anymore. You might occasionally shank a ball, but you don't really get this thing called a case of the shanks, where one right after another, one after another is a shank. It does happen. And that's why they put it in the movie. They thought it was so cool that they put it in a movie. Well, that's why I put it in a cartoon panel. But for you beginning golfers or people who don't play golf at all, a shank is a really bad golf shot. A lot of golfers won't even say the word on a golf course, shank. And now you know why. I had one head pro at another military course where I played. He almost fell off his bar stool laughing when I told him my star in my cartoon panel is named Ace McShankski. So anyway, so let's say I'm right-handed, for those who don't know what a shank is. And I wanted to hit the ball right at that camera. And when I went to swing, instead, the ball went right out there. Okay, or over here somewhere. Okay, that's a shank. That's what the result of a shank is. I'm not going to go into the details exactly how it happened. If I was left-handed, same thing. I'd be trying to hit it to the camera this way. Boom, it'd go over there and it'd hit my drill press. So anyway, that's what the shanks are. Now, it was in this movie, and I figured, well, you know, if they could put shanks in the movie, I could put it into a cartoon panel. Now, in the movie, the caddy was Cheech Marin. He had to come up with a strategy so as to break the mental process which was causing the shanks. It's a mental process. The shanks are just a brain fart. And so what he did is he's told Kevin Costner, hey, take your shoes and tie them in double knots, you know, turn your hat around backwards, put a T behind your ear, and it solved it. And so now the question is what is this? Is it something funny or is it a real solution? Well, I told the head pro at my normal regular course, I showed him the cartoon panel sitting at the bar one day after we came in from around the golf, and he about fell off the bar stool laughing. So he thought it was funny. Now, this was a former touring pro. I played with him every Monday. That was his day off, and he'd come back to the course and play around the golf with the guys. I don't know why he invited me. I guess he liked hanging around with some 65-year-old fart who could outdrive a touring pro. He even gave me nicknames. I've had lots of nicknames, but he started calling me Thor, and he started calling my driver the Hammer. I guess in the movie Thor was a big blonde guy with long hair, which I guess I fit the model there. But he was pretty impressed by the fact that I could outdrive him when I was 65 years old and I couldn't walk a golf course if my life depended on it. But anyway, so the big question is it funny or is it actually a real cure? Now, you can decide if you are a subscriber or you have a YouTube ID, leave some comments. And if you ever get the shanks, give it a try. It might work. I think it'll work. Anyway, so far it's just a theory that's been brought up by Ace McShankski in a cartoon panel. So here we go, this week's Ace McShankski cartoon panel, how to cure a case of the shanks with one cold beer. The panel will run for about 15 more seconds. Pause it if you need more time to read. Hang around for the analysis afterwards. Also, the fish is going to have something to say. I always finish with Ace McShankski shanking a shot into the wilderness. Okay, there you go. That's it. How do you like that one? If you're like the head pro, you found it to be quite humorous. But if you're a golfer, I want you to consider that it could be the best cure for the shanks known to mankind. Okay, Ace is getting ready to tee one up right now. Do you have any last minute tips for Ace there, Billy?
Have no fear. Drink a beer.
Quiet on the tee. Wow, would you believe that? He hit it straight. Did they say anything to you about going to the driving range this morning and taking a beer with him, Billy?
You betcha, kid.
You heard it right from the fish's mouth. This is the Caddyshack Kid saying, thanks for teeing one up with Ace McShankski. And keep it in the short stuff, if you know what I mean. We're talking about golf here.